We're talking Tiger Talk early in the morning. Once again, it's K-Stu the GOAT for Vernon Speaks Sports. Talking about Auburn football and the rest of the SEC. Want to give a shout out to my fearless and true gang. Let's go ahead and get active in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. You know, there's some concerns at the cornerback position, the secondary, and the nickelback in particular. Had a couple of questions last night on Mark Rogers TV, as well as questions in the media circuits about concerns for the nickelback position, which will be more than likely occupied by Javarius Davis, who has been very active in the secondary over the years for the Auburn Tigers and has done a very, very remarkable, serviceable job. He's been asked to play many positions, the boundary cornerback. He's even played some field cornerback. Most of his production has been at the nickelback, in which he has been in position a lot of occasions to make some big plays, including a great interception against Purdue, which is characteristic of the area of the football field where nickelbacks make plays. Now, I do understand the concern at the nickelback or the secondary in general, because you look at last season, largely having to deal with losses of Stephen Roberts, which I think was huge. Trey Matthews, Carlton Davis. Replacing that type of production is going to cause some degree of setbacks. You're talking about high level talent and experience that you're going to have to replace while facing the rigors of the SEC at the same time. Then you have the conversions position-wise, like Noah Igbenogany converting over from wide receiver to cornerback, which turns out to be one of the better conversions in recent history for the Auburn Tigers. As we fast forward into 2019, I think it's a concern. But when you look at the personnel that Auburn has returning, it gives you a reason to be optimistic about the nickelback position, because you talk about, experience now with Christian Tutt. You have also, as reserves, you talk about guys like Devin Barrett, guys of that nature who can come in and supplement Smoke Monday, who is on the depth chart as helping out with safety. But it's not to say that you can't rotate guys around to supplement the nickelback position. Also, you have the inception of Zion Puckett, who was a highly recruited safety out of Griffin, Georgia. Very, very active on film, very, very aggressive, has a lot of range as well. Could come on and help supplement the secondary this fall. Also, when I really think about this, I think about, one of the sports writers made mention of, plays against LSU. Now, I'm really hoping he's not referring to the play where kind of midway through the fourth quarter, where Auburn surrendered a long touchdown. Now, I'm going to tell you where the accountability lies on that particular play, and it leads me to my next point. Athleticism at the linebacker position is going to be very key to help the secondary out. Okay, because in times past, Auburn just has not been as athletic at the linebacker position as needed. Not saying that the linebackers were terrible, but now the game is getting faster, and the linebackers are going to be asked to do more. Now, if you think about that particular play, Deshaun Davis, it appears that LSU took advantage of a bit of a mismatch. Deshaun Davis was in position to make this play. However, he wasn't tall enough and just honestly not athletic enough to either bat the ball away or intercept the ball. Perfect position, okay? You talk about a guy like Owen Pappoe. I think if Owen Pappoe is in that same position of the field as this ball was thrown, I think that's an interception, or at worst, a bat down. Okay, this play turned into a touchdown because not only did Deshaun Davis miss the pass, But Daniel Thomas took a poor angle in making the play, because after Deshaun Davis missed the interception opportunity, Daniel Thomas, who is actually a safety, not a nickelback, who is a safety, had an opportunity to at least make the tackle to keep the drive, so that LSU would have to continue to drive the ball down the field if they were going to score. Very crucial score late in the game. Turned out to be the turning point of the game in allowing LSU to make a comeback in the fourth quarter. Auburn was up actually 21-10 with 8 minutes and 38 seconds left. That touchdown put LSU right back in the game, only down 2 points, and LSU eventually won that game by a field goal. Well, actually won that game with a field goal, winning by 1 point. So as we go into spring practice, the 8A game, I think, there's always going to be concern. There's always going to be, speculation as to where a position is headed. I think Auburn is in very good hands. Wesley McGriff, the cornerbacks, the secondary coach, has returned to Auburn. And if you look at his track in 2016, his secondary tends to tackle very well. They tend to take very good angles. That's one thing that was very impressive to me in his secondary, is how well they tackle. So I think that a lot of technique is going to be taken care of, and a lot of tackling will improve. So, of course, like I said before, there is a reason to be concerned, but you had a lot of youth last year, and the lack of athleticism at points with the linebacker position just did not help the secondary out at times. Once again, it's K-Stu to go for Vernon Speak Sports. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also, comment in the comment section. Man, I love to see the comments and get a lot of great feedback from you guys. Recommend my channel to a friend, especially if they love constant Auburn content. War Eagle.